Hello and welcome back to Raccoon Justice, where justice done the Raccoon way is the only way to do justice. Thank you so much for joining me yet again today. Please remember to give this video a massive thumbs up and subscribe if you're new. And if you are new, welcome. Today we're talking about a very sensitive topic, and there is a reason for it. Okay, a lot of people do not like talking about these things because of the nature of it, and I get it, I get why. However, it's a topic that needs to be talked about, and it's basically the last few days you'll have noticed that I've broached a number of times the topic of pedophiles and what they are doing with the clips that they find online. I've talked a lot about it recently, more so than I have usually done, and I think that's mainly because I've come across a lot of things recently that have even made me go bloody hell, and this needs to be brought to people's attentions. And I feel like certain things are not quite as well known as other things. Like, for instance, the other day Chris and Sarah posted two things. One was the picture of Esme, and everybody was rightly outraged about it because it's obviously it's obvious why that's bad. But they also posted clips of their baby dressed only in a nappy, topless and nappy, right? And not so many people talked about that. I did, and I was trying to bring attention to it and the dangers of it. And I'm not sure that a lot of people actually understand why it's a problem, and that it is actually a problem. And it's not just me being over dramatic about it. So I just wanted to bring to your attention, and I feel like everyone needs to listen to this, because this is an article which I found which basically says some stuff which is quite frightening, but also necessary for everybody to know about, because it's not just safety of social media personalities, but also safety of everybody's children. So I think that it's important for people to know this stuff. This was written by a person who used to work on a team that used to investigate these types of crimes and instances. This was written in 2017, but the principles will still remain today. It's only 5 years ago. So this is what it says. What predators look for when you post photos of your children. And don't forget, this is talking about everybody that posts photos of their kids, not just influencers and things like that. So, posting seemingly innocent photos of your child or teen has a sinister outcome that you may never have considered. Warning: the following article contains adult concepts and emotional triggers. Your child or teen could be a poster child for a paedophile ring, and you may never know. Australia made world news in 2016 with a website trading explicit photos of local schoolgirls. The sites even had pages dedicated to local Brisbane and Gold Coast high schools and fan pages offering money to men who could find more explicit photos of their favourites. Police cannot always locate you if photos of your children have been found to be used in connection with paedophile rings. Due to the ability to mask IP addresses and identities with overseas servers and false identities, it is not always possible to link an identity to these photos. There are even sites dedicated to teaching online predators how to cover their tracks. So basically, if this has happened to your child, you may never ever know. So just think about that thought. It's not a nice thought, but hopefully it'll be enough to make you think twice about what you post of your kids online. A photo of your child could be part of a paedophilia ring that has been uncovered by police and you won't even know about it. The task force I worked for busts paedophile rings and makes arrests of paedophiles in our neighbourhood. This article is an insight into what they do and how close to home they come to arrest offenders. A paedophile or predator will not play fair, nor think like the average person. They therefore look at images and their erotic potential differently to how the average population does. And this is why you have to think outside the box when you're thinking about things that you're posting online. It's not just, oh, it's an innocent picture. It's an innocent picture of a baby in a nappy. It's not. It never is. Here are some things that paedophiles may find attractive when looking at photos on social media. Firstly, the obvious stuff, like children in bathers, underwear, having a bath, or in a state of undress. Even well-placed emoticons covering your child's genitals can be photoshopped off and genitals photoshopped back on to increase the value of the photo. So all those people, and I've seen lots of them, they cover, and I'm talking Chris, I'm talking to Joel, and those type of people that have put their kids online basically clothless, topless, whatever, covered them with an emoji and thinks that's okay. But here what it's saying is that people can take that emoji off and then Photoshop something else on in place of it. You can take me to South Bank Beach at Brisbane on any given day. I will be able to point out lone males taking photos of children, your children. And yes, police do patrol this and regularly confiscate cameras and phones. I have seen it happen meters away from parents and they are completely and utterly oblivious. The police do not have to approach the parents because it is not an element of the offence to have a complainant. Importantly, there is rarely time in these situations to locate and talk to the parents about what has just happened. Police are too busy dealing with the offender. So just think about that. That's quite a scary thought, actually, and not really one that you can do much about. But it just goes to show how easy it is online, particularly to give access to these people. If it's that easy offline and that they are around everywhere offline, then why give them an online option to do it? The less obvious stuff that predators find irresistible, like photos that they can alter to make your child or teen look like they are part of a sexual act. These photos can be altered to have a male person in the photo in a state of arousal. Or they can simply overlay a lewd comment so that the photo becomes a paedophile photo meme. And finally, children of social media celebrities, and this is something that obviously we're talking about a lot now. The more photos posted and the more coverage the images gain, the more likely they are to come to the attention to paedophile groups and be subjected to their monstrous conversations and attentions. Similar to a teenage crush of a pop star, these photos become a platform for imaginings, fantasies, and lewd behaviours. The internet has now allowed predators to openly discuss their fetishes, and because they have the support of their monstrous tribe, they now have a place to normalize and strategize dysfunctional thoughts and fantasies. Things to consider when posting photos of your children. Is there enough room to superimpose another figure into the image? Are they in a state of undress? Even with emoticons placed modestly, these can be removed and body parts can be photoshopped in. Do you have a public social media page? Pedophiles can develop child crushes, and the child does not have to be posed or in a state of undress for the photo to become a commodity. So just think about that. Every single person that does social media, that puts their kids online for whatever reason, this is what has the potential to happen. I used to pray that when I saw a photo of a baby in a nappy and a sexually aroused man in the image, that the image was superimposed. I didn't always receive this comfort from the government classifier or the photographic specialists. So basically, or never given the confirmation that it was a superimposed image. So basically, they didn't know if these babies in nappies had real men in the picture or a photoshopped man in it. This is the horrific reality of child sex crimes and trafficking in the 21st century. There is one photo in particular that I remember which causes me pain daily. A 6-month-old in just a nappy with the most beautiful angelic smile laying on a bed and a naked man entering the baby's room. The child looked like my babies, your babies, and the horror that I could not reach through that screen and save that child scratches at my brain. So remember, when I talk about things like babies in nappies being an attraction to paedophiles, I'm not making it up. It is an actual thing. It truly is. It's not me being over dramatic or going over the top or anything like that. This is the reality of it. Things to be considered with your teens' social media images. Duck faces. Now, we've seen so many people do this. Everybody does it. And teens do it an awful lot. Duck faces and posed photos are used as a baseline trading images on predator sites. Swimwear and underwear shots become more valuable. So many teens on social media do, pose in their swimwear. It's frightening. 3. If their account is public, then the predator ring can approach friends or enemies of the teen and pay money for more explicit photos. See what I'm saying? When these social media influencers do not protect their kids, even their teens, online, they make their accounts public. These accounts should never, ever, ever be public. We've all seen the recent picture of 13-year-old Esme, who, well, it was just a predator's dream, basically. And that sort of picture should never, ever, ever be anywhere near the internet. It should never be public. It has taken over a decade for me to write this post because I know that I will have revisited images and situations from my career that haunt me. So as you can see, that is really horrifying stuff, and I get why people don't want to know, and people sometimes maybe even want to stick their heads in the sand about it, but it's really important, especially now, this day and age. It's getting really, really bad online. Everybody is online, everybody's posting something. Kids are posting stuff of themselves, parents are posting stuff of their kids. It's just, it really needs to be reined in a lot, and people do need to, before they post a picture, they need to stop and think about these things, not just think, oh, it's an innocent picture, because it never is an innocent picture. So I'm sorry if this has been a downer on your day. I'll promise to come back tomorrow with something more uplifting, but please give this video a thumbs up so that I know that you've appreciated what I've brought to your attention, and subscribe to the channel and share it amongst your friends and let people know. That's very important. Don't just watch the video and take away from it what you do. Tell your friends and share it amongst your friends. Let them know that there is an issue so they stop posting pictures as well. Everybody, please take care, be safe, and I'll see you again soon. Bye bye.